Hi everyone, it's Nubian Sun Ra back with another video, and today I just want to speak on like the fact that we can accept God coming to save man, but will not accept man becoming a god or God to save himself or herself, goddess, And that is just to say that there is two different kinds of systems, two different routes, And I would break these routes down to be religious, or spiritual. And I would say that because of the intent of in the teachings of the two differences. I'm not speaking on the polarity because, some people will be like, oh, well, not all Christians, all religion, all spiritual people's like X, Y, and Z. I'm not talking about that. Okay, I'm speaking on specifically the outdated system of religion. Religion is what came up with the whole God terminology in the first place. And then we put a polarity on that from what it was originally, its origin is, I'm not going to speak on the polarity of that just yet, even if it might not even come up. But, the outdated belief system of the religion that is taught, any religion that's taught, it's deliverance, right? And if you read the definition of deliverance, hold on, I have it. Deliverance is the act of rescue or setting free. So religion came from bondage days, so back in bondage days, you had to be rescued or set free. And to be set free, you had to buy yourself or something like that, right? So that is a different terminology, not only terminology. I could break down the wording, live or deliverance, and I'm not going to do that today. But the point of it is that it's the act of being rescued or being set free, and it's connected to bondage days. Okay. Now, spirituality is going from the earth. That's culture. Most people say terminology, culture, who you are, where you come from. It's about your ancestry, what they did for the land and for each other, and it's pretty much returning or healing, to be able to have a higher consciousness or a cleaner heart. It's those kind of terminologies, but the difference is one come from bondage days, having to give away your power to say, oh, someone has to tell you whether you're free or someone has to come rescue you. And the other one, spirituality, is for you doing the inner work to be able to get your own set free and rescue terminology, pretty much. And it's like crazy because the religious mindset of what being saved is outdated, but a lot of people still believe in that, and you could tell because whenever the gods and goddesses come out calling each other gods and goddesses, honoring each other, People look at you like you crazy because they want to know why you calling another man or woman a god, and and they're thinking in their mind, they're like, we know we never seen God, so why? And God says, oh, the Bible says, have no other gods before me and worship no other gods and all that stuff, So they look at you like you practicing something evil, like something is wrong, and it's outdated because of its limited perception of what the mind can do, If something is coming out that hasn't came into fruition yet, that means there's more than one person doing it, a couple people doing it, something that everyone is doing. That's how people become the first person to do it, but people won't understand it until, it's actually something that is understood, overstood, or experienced, in other words, or taught, and because of this, it's like a lot of people don't really get the whole, they're limited to their understanding, overstanding of what's really happening. So instead of asking to be able to understand, they will just write you off as whatever, check on the box, whatever projection they want to put on you. And then they won't, even if they do ask, they're just asking to see what you're going to say so they can debate you to change your mind, because they really don't want to think that way of you. That's what it really is, because once you explain it, they get what you're saying, but they just don't want you to think that way about yourself. They don't want to think that way about you. It's like they enjoy, people speaking down on themselves and devaluing themselves and others. That's became something that's popular to do nowadays, so it seems weird, people, and even if they do like level up into spirituality to honor, each other or whatever, and spirituality is a level where there's people that says king and queen, but they haven't ascended to the God and goddess part yet, that's just the perspective. But yeah, it's outdated, and these be the same people, the people that think in this religious mindset. They're the same people who will give their power away to too many perceptions. Not only with being able to say like, well, there's a God that's coming to rescue them or set them free instead of them doing the work themselves, but also like keeps talking about the devil, doing X, Y, and Z to them and all this other stuff, instead of figuring out exactly what they could do to change the situation. They rather just place blame somewhere else, basically. And that's giving power away, because now you're saying someone has the power to go against and mess up what you have going on, and in spirituality, we don't believe in that, because we like, well, if you are God and you're creating something, that shit gonna stand, right? But if you go in the religious way, it's like the Three Little Pigs. Your house was made of straw and the wolf blew that motherfucker down. That's just the way I look at it. So you just have to really grasp your concepts and perceptions to be able to say like, okay, well, this is why I say this and this is why I say that, and know what you mean and mean what you say when you say it. Because there are people that's really religious minded that will tell you that you're crazy, basically, and think you're like devil worshipping or atheist or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, these also be the same people that they'll just let what they would call the devil, they just let them these energies like bring them to a place where they'll be low vibrational, because now it's like things is becoming a competition and a war. Instead of you focusing on yourself, you're buying into a distraction, and this is all about the darkness taking credit, darkness, evil taking credit, and whenever you let them do that, these be the same people that's religious, that know they're not really true believers, but they have this concept in their mind that they are a part of the body, of the holy body, because of their position that they play. Like, you became stronger because of me. I'm not saying me, but this is how they think. The darkness, evil people that's thinks religion minded, They'll say, you got stronger because of me. All the things that you went through, and they'll admire you in a way as in to say you are a piece of art that the darkness made. Because if it wasn't for them, you wouldn't be who you are. And to them, it's a beautiful thing. And a lot of people just let them have that perception, because ain't nothing you can really do about them not having that perception, except for, if you not buying into that perception and that experience. But there's a lot of people that do, and that's giving your power away, because I just really feel like a masterpiece is a master's piece, a piece of anything that you do not own whole, you just have a piece of, right? So they played a part, which is a piece in this scenario, okay? They play a part in what the chosen ones have endured, and how it affected us, chosen ones. But the master part, it kind of take you back to slavery days, masters, just the wording. You gotta listen to the wording, and it's like the whole concept that I've been speaking on this platform that I've created is, is be a certain mindset, that people will have in common with this government system, and don't even realize, that's what's going on. And they'll hate certain things that they do, and they'll protest against it, and don't even know that they actually was holding it up. You is the system. Like how on Walking Dead, everybody was saying, I am Negan. I am Negan. You is the system. In that way. That's a perception for anybody that caught it, I just kicked the ball. But it's like crazy because they put things in perspective to where they actually make themselves a part of the body. And it's crazy because we're all connected, so they can use that too. But look, we connected to the earth, but if I was to jump up in the air, or if I was to walk on the earth, it's like you could pick up your feet and it's like, yeah, you can detach at the same time. Your feet could be on the grass, foot off the grass. Body on the surface of what concrete, whatever. Jump up, you in the air. The air surrounding your body is inside of your body, but it's still two different elements, and that's the concept of, how you can have attachments, be attached, and still be detached because of that scenario. Once you have hair that grows out your scalp, you cut it off and you lay it on the table, it's not attached to your scalp no more. But it was attached, but it can be detached at the same time. But, it's still your hair at the end of the day. That's a concept. But, yeah, it's like, these be the same people. I'm sorry. These be the same people that will believe, like, in the media when they say, like, when they said that plane, like, disappeared, and they don't know where it disappeared to and stuff like that. They don't believe in the supernatural or mysterious activity. So they wouldn't believe even if the media was to come out and say, like, oh, there's portals of different dimensions and worlds and people's disappearing and there's creatures coming in, lurking around on Earth, and, people making sacrifices to portals, to other dimensions, and, all type of things. You won't believe that because of the perception, the religion way of thinking. These are the same people that believe that Jesus died on the cross for their sins. And I don't know about anybody else, but I just feel like that perception brings, in my mind, when I think about it, it doesn't make sense unless I make it make sense with my own imagination. And doing that is what made me also realize that, there's a lot of error and outdated ways of communicating within religion-based systems. That's just me. And, I'm not bashing it because there's a lot of people that actually pay into religious experience. And with all the energy, put together, it does have some force. It's alive. And I know this because, I used to be in church and things like that. And I experienced a lot of things, but I realized at the end of the day, I didn't really know exactly what it was. You know, spirits cloak themselves, and they can mimic energies. They can mimic things. They're like shapeshifters, you know. I once experienced this one girl, right? And I don't know, she didn't seem normal to me. And it's like it seemed like she was a mimicker. Like you can hear a song and it plays like a record playing, but she was singing. And it was weird. Like it did not sound like, it sounded weird. I'm just gonna put it like that. It didn't sound like, you know, normal. I don't know what normal sound like, but I'm just saying it didn't sound right to me. I mean, to put it that way. But, you know, that's why we have to be careful of the experiences and things that we are buying into, you know. And I just find like it's just a lot going on within that religious system, and the religious system has a big majority of the world. Most people are religious. It's so many different religions too, you know. Not saying all of them, you know, are bad. I'm just saying the ones that don't have any, I would say, any physical proof, like, you know, no stone heads or no, you know, rocks that's been, you know, shaved and made into some type of sculpture. Ain't no mummies, no pyramids, you know, nothing that shows the fact that they were here. I feel like it's made up somehow, some way, in a non-natural way. And I say that because our ancestors had plenty of time. They had, look, whenever you don't have technology, jobs, things like that, it's a different kind of system. It works differently. You have plenty of time to create, you know? And so with that being said, I just feel like that's the only thing that really makes sense to me. You know? But yeah, that's all I want to say. I hope you all are drinking your water, saying your affirmations, earthing, you know, grounding yourself, meditating, staying balanced, and loving yourself. Peace and love.